Hi guys, welcome to my first general World of Tanks tips video. This is for new players with probably less than 100 games. Um, this is a replay in the Tier 8 Brask on the map Cliff. It's a decent game. I do make a couple of mistakes in it though. But yeah, hope you enjoy it whilst I go through these couple of tips I've got for you. So first one, don't listen to in-game chat. They're just going to bait you. Basically, if you're playing in something that can potentially spot for them, my tip is just make your own mistakes. Just don't do it, listen to some guy in chat that could be tilted because he's like had a bad couple of run of games and, you know, wants to take it out on somebody. So guys, another tip is to focus on tech tree lines. If you focus on more than two at the start, so let's say you've got a Russian medium and Russian heavy on the go already. If you then dip into the check line, that's something else that's going to need XP and more credits. And you've probably noticed you've got equipment slots and your consumable slots. All of it costs credits. So the equipment alone, if you buy, say, events and a vert stab, probably like 1.2 million. Another piece of equipment, probably another 500k. So you're looking at just under 2 million to equip one tank, and we haven't even talked about putting on a repair kit yet, for example, which I know is maybe only another 5k, but it all adds up. So let's say per tank you've got to maybe put 2 million on them once you get to the higher tiers. So if you're playing 3 tanks and 3 lines, when you get to that tier 7, tier 8, where the prices start to go up, you're probably going to wish you only played 2 because you'd have more credits in your account by the time you get to that tier 7, tier 8 sort of threshold where everything starts to get more pricey and you start to make less money. So yeah, keep it to 2, keep it simple, and also you've only got 2 playstyles to learn, not 3, which should be like easier, give you more consistency to your games. Next tip is when you're bottom tier. So obviously when you hit tab, you see it says bottom tier. A lot of people type in chat, "Oh my god, no bottom tier game." But the mental thing about this is that you can have a massive XP game because if you're like a tier 7 in a tier 9 game, if you do some damage to a tier 9, you're gonna get a lot more XP than if you were top tier in tier 7 game. Like having I don't know, say an average game. If you have an average game in a bottom tier game, and when you're a bottom tier, sorry, you're gonna have, more XP from shooting the tier 9s. And another thing that some people just don't think about is, I want to say don't be a hero, but it's more like don't go alone. So let's say if I was going to the one line, like where I started, and I was alone there, I probably wouldn't have hung around as long as I did. I probably would have taken 2 shots and ran away because I would have been alone, and I probably would get pushed eventually if they worked out that I was alone on that flank. On Cliff, it's not too bad because they don't tend to push the one line very often. But on some maps where the flanks are open or you've got cover to push down, I highly recommend just getting the fuck off that flank and finding some support, even if it is that you're like sat in a bush spotting for some TDs. At least you got backup if you get rushed or pushed. Because that can be you're never going to win like a 5v1 if they all push down. You're just going to get deleted. You might get 1 shot off, but if you fall back, you might get 3 or 4 shots off. Unless they focus you down, that's just unlucky if that happens. Another thing new players seem to do is spam HE rounds. I know they're fun and you can do more damage than the other rounds, but you're not going to pen a lot, let's be honest guys. You're just memeing. Let's have maybe 2 HE shells in your tank to like reset caps or maybe shoot RA. But other than that, don't do it. You're just going to suffer. And once people realise you're firing HE, they're just going to exploit you and try and farm you basically, so don't do it. And the last step, maybe once you get to tier 5, buy a week of premium, try it out. I'm not sponsored by Wargaming anyway, but for your sanity and to make the game easier for you, if you're still playing at tier 5 and you want to keep going to 6, 7, 8, and so on, get some premium, try it. And because once you get to like, let's say tier 8, tier 9 and up, guns, modules, they just start to cost hundreds of thousands of credits, and XP starts going up as well. So I think about a tier 9 guns and about 50k ballpark, maybe up to 65. Um, and it's going to take you a monumental time without premium to get to that top tier gun, or get the credits for said gun. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it. It's my first one. Be gentle in the comments if there are any. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I accept it, but just click you don't like it. Tell me why. Tell me why, guys. Be nice gamers. But yeah, guys, if you want to feel, if you want to add me to friends on In World of Tanks, go for it. Don't mind helping out some new players on there. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the replay, the gameplay, me rambling on for a bit. Catch you later. Have a good Christmas.